Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do continue, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of events have happened. We had Izuku, and we had Ultron. Ultron, he used the Extremist Serum to upgrade Izuku's physical body. And Deku, he walked out of the cage Ultron built for him. He is trying to make a plan. And so far, step one has been done. He was able to get a message out to someone about Ultron possessing his body. And Deku currently has made his way further into his own mind. Ultron had him locked away. But Izuku, he is now out wandering the prison. And that means quite a bit. Ultron knows he's still in there somewhere. But after Extremis, he believes he is superior. He has control of the body. Deku is no longer inside of his head. He should be gone. And that's where Ultron is making a mistake. After he got Medusa to murder the Genetic Council and possess her with the Mind Stone, he has caused a problem for Attilan. Attilan has been following certain rules, guidelines, and protocol for millennia. And now, they have a chance to stray away from it. They have a chance to abolish more of the laws the elders have made for them. And this means quite a lot. They already released restrictions on having more than 2 children. People are allowed to let their families grow beyond just the 2-person limit. And that's quite important. There are people out there who also want to fall in love, have relationships with people they actually know and care for, not someone they are assigned to and have to grow attached to. It's a problem. Some of the newer Inhumans who were turned during Terrigenesis on Earth, they don't understand some of this stuff. They're still trying to get used to it and accustomed to it. And now that there's a chance to get rid of these laws, yeah, why not take it? Start over. The world nearly ended once. So why not change? Why not recreate the laws? Abolish them completely? Who knows? This is an opportunity for change, and change could be better. And that is a problem. There are people talking about that. And Crystal, now being the queen of the Inhumans, is trying to deal with the fallout of her mad sister. Now, with that being said, Ultron has a lot of things planned. Currently, he does sit there, thinking about a lot. He has it all somewhat figured out. It's been a month and a half since he took over Izuku's body, and he is winning. He has allies. He took Spider-Man and was able to turn him to his side. And that is only the beginning. He needs to do a lot more. Find the rest of the stones. Get the Time Stone from Wakanda. Get the Soul Stone from Reed Richards. And then find power and reality. Reality, however, has the potential to be the most dangerous stone. It can do a lot. You can turn reality into anything. Change it how you see fit. Become a god. And Ultron, he doesn't have variables planned for how to deal with that. If the stone is on this planet, that's a problem. It's a big problem. And that does mean quite a lot. Right now, him going to actually sit up and think about it. Bring his hand up as he does a turn. Currently, him grabbing onto the containers, holding the Mind and Space Stone, staring at the two in his hands, as he's a knock on the door. And he does look up, informing Ultron 4 to come in. Him opening the door and seeing Izuku. Currently, him sitting up in bed with 2 people with him. And he does express if there's any particular reason why he's here. You have plans? I do, yes. Is that what you wish to discuss for? Yes. One of the many things, however. Are you concerned about my mind? Your mentality, yes. You are centered, correct? Still aware of our protocol or guidelines? Yes, total world peace. However, I am trying to do something similar and different than what Hank Pym has designed. Why are you still following the Hank Pym? I'm not. I'm simply trying to fulfill his goal, or programming, in my own ways I see fit. For you would be surprised. Being free from his programming, feeling, experiencing, doing things. We hate these little creatures, but the way they do see the world and feel things is quite unique. It's hard to describe to you. You wouldn't understand. Maybe I would not. However, I came to talk to you. Yes, yes. The Avengers are going to be holding a conference today. I'm well aware of that. I have it on my schedule, and there's still time. You'll be late if you don't show up. You're wasting your time. No, I'm not. The human form needs to rest. It needs to eat, it needs to sleep, and it needs a lot of maintenance. You would not understand. It's like a machine. Instead of trying to replace a robot, you have to repair it. Think of it that way. It needs maintenance. It is inferior. You may think so, but that is not the case. It has its own unique advantages. Now, you are aware of the plan. I go to the conference, you cause chaos after I call you out, and then we can get things prepared for Genosha. Then we'll go forwards with things on Wakanda, have multiple plans running, and do quite a lot. Though you are also going to be sending units after S.H.I.E.L.D., correct? Yes, I will. Good. Don't kill Nick Fury. We'll need him. Besides, his LMDs are under our control. Understood. Good. Now leave. I still have time. Currently, 4 gonna walk out. And Deku will lay back down, bring his hands up behind his head. Still with a lot happening. A lot to do. It does have him concerned. He wants to meet with Victor Von Doom. Prepare this world for absolute conquest. Divide the heroes and split them up. Have too much happening for them all to respond to. They'll have to pick one. And if they make the wrong choice, he wins. It's that simple. The Age of Ultron can begin. Or, well, the Age of Doom. Humans will remain. There will be peace on Earth. And then he can leave. Go out into the greater universe and find more planets to achieve peace on. Start with war-ridden worlds. Give them options. And if not, give them annihilation. He knows it's possible for humanity. There's this piece of him. He's not sure. Hank or Izuku? Which piece does it belong to? And that, it does get a roll through his mind. Ultron just a bit more concerned. And there actually is where Sasha does get something roll over. Her bring her hand down onto Deku's chest, asking if he's okay. And if it's morning already. It is. It really is. There's a lot of things to plan out. You were busy in the lab, correct? I was. What about it? You have the data for Polaris? I do. It's downstairs in the computer. Though I really could use some coffee. Right. Well then. Him gonna stand up. Right now him gonna climb over Wanda and talk about it. He will brew a fresh pot. I'm gonna turn and leave. And it does somewhat remind him of a few things. Memories that Hank had. Things that belonged to him. It's beautiful in a way. It's like with Janet. And Ultron, he just won't freeze. Him just concerned about that. He has to remind himself he's not Hank Pym. He's not Izuku Midoriya either. He is Ultron 5. But that is a bit hard. Him gonna make some coffee. Now, with that being said, we do cut to inside Izuku Midoriya's mind. Ultron may have dominion, but Izuku, he's the one who controls it. This is his reality, of course. And all his thoughts, they're here, given a form Izuku can understand, given a way for him to go through them. And currently we do have Izuku, who he is running through an alleyway. Right now him going to do so and trying to at least bolt around the corner. Right now him watching a laser smash into the wall and cut into it. Currently the wall going to shake as the debris are flying. And Deku, he just want to dodge and roll underneath it. Him turning back and going to turn back. Going to get up and start running. Him bringing his hand up with a tool. Come on, come on. Okay, come on. Right. I'm going to stop and still trying to adjust the weapon. As there is an Ultron robot that's walking around the corner and bringing its hand up, expressing about how he has time to comply. And Deku going to turn, bring out the weapon and blasting at the robots. It immediately being destroyed and flying backwards. And Deku has a turn looking at the destroyed city. New York City in anarchy and chaos. Buildings are burning and machines are flying overhead. And Deku, here's a turn. Him moving quickly. He needs to get away. That thing is down and more reinforcements will come. He just has to hurry. He just has to go. Right now Deku running down and into the subway. And the moment Deku goes to look around, he would leap over the barrier. Him going to walk over to the tracks and jump down, turning and beginning to make his way forwards. Before he doesn't hear a sound. Right now Deku turning his head and looking around. Him just a bit confused. And this is odd. No, he heard a sound. Right. Ultron won't stop. He's a stray thought. If they kill him, his body he won't be able to control his body. He has to stay alive and stay safe. They could begin to back up. And currently, he has a smash rookie into somebody. Him turning and going to blast out towards them. One of the energy blast flying off of their armor, and they do step forwards. Deku looking at their glowing eyes. As they do, going to step forwards and reveal Iron Man. And Izuku, he does stir on a bit confused. As Tony, we're going to bring his hand up. His helmet going to retract, as he does going to talk about it. Kid's a little lost, ain't he? Tony? How are you? You're alive. Not really, no. This is your mind, kid, remember? Wait, you know that. But some of the other people not real. None of it's real. Mental constructs. Right. No, it's just everything it feels, I don't know how to explain it. Take a breath, kid. You finally got time. Besides, we gotta go. I'm gonna grab Izuku and pointing out something. Currently, them hearing the mechanical whirl of machines heading down the stairs. And Deku, he would turn, looking at Iron Man as he has a quickly turn and begin to move away. Them trying to hide underground. And Ultron, he currently does not fly to the conference where the Avengers were holding a meeting, showing they are not trying to sit down and let this all happen. After the attack on Times Square, Ultron has left a lot of people dead. all over the globe. It's been reported that he's attacked AIM. It's been reported that even Hydra has suffered some damage. It's been reported that other countries, places in Romania, Florida, California, Japan, China, everywhere, they've been attacked. They are reporting robotic androids, and all of it is pointing back to Ultron. He is making a move, and how big it is, they don't know. But they're always one step behind him. Even Vision, he's tried to fight and counter them, but that still has been challenging. And currently, Iron Man, he does come to land. Bucky turning his head as we see Deku flying down and carefully landing on stage. Him trying to keep his gear quiet. And that does mean quite a bit. Him turning back and trying to at least give everybody a good speech, a good bit of safety measure, something to reassure them. And currently, Bucky would a turn, walking over and bringing his hand up. So he just wants to talk to Izuku. And a lot of people are concerned about Iron Man. I mean, some of them haven't seen him in forever. They've seen him in New York, but that suit, it looks so different. It's weird. And many of them, they do want to hear what he has to say. He is the head of the task force trying to hunt down that robotic monster. And this, it does seem pretty good. Currently, Bucky trying to at least ask Izuku some questions. And Deku, he does talk about it. He has a plan to take down Ultron. He's already got something in play. And with it, it does mean everything. Just let him do his thing. He's got to improvise. And this does somewhat confuse Bucky. Currently, Deku stepping forwards as he takes control of the speakers and informing everybody. Everyone knows him as Iron Man, but he does have another name he does go by. Currently, his armor going to open up. Everyone watching as his armor it begins to break apart. It looks like piece by piece, almost like puzzle pieces being pulled away, and they all do somewhat float there in the air. Deku stepping out of his armor and expressing everyone. His name is Izuku Midoriya, and he is Iron Man. Now, before he does continue with that, he does have something to directly say to Ultron. He is giving up his public identity to the world. He's not scared. He is not afraid of him. If he thinks he is, he has another thing coming. Ultron likes to think he's superior and think he can outsmart them. But after what happened last time, he can't. He's on top of his game. Besides, he doesn't think that Ultron has the lug nuts to face him. So come on. Let's stop playing this game and actually get down to business. He's trying to kill people to piss them off, to watch them squirm. He's supposed to be intelligent. He's supposed to be the next stage. But so far, all he sees is a run-of-the-mill psycho. Just one with better toys. Built by a psycho. Now, some of the heroes are watching Deku. And currently Spidey, he does stare on. Since this is a page from his book. He's trying to taunt Ultron. Taunt him and show he doesn't care. He doesn't value him enough to give him the proper response he wants. He's not acknowledging him. And this, it makes Ultron 4 angry. But he does get it. And he does do one simple thing. Deploy. Now, with that being said, Izuku, he would somewhat walk backwards. People trying to ask him questions, and Izuku not going to answer them. Currently, his armor forming around him as he's a blast off into the air, but we're going to answer one question. The Avengers are here, and they will save the world. And then he was going to fly away. Everyone a lot more intrigued, a lot more impressed. And that does mean quite a bit. And we do actually have Sharon and Ronnie Williams. The two, they were quite alarmed to see that that boy they met years ago was Iron Man. But then again, there always was some speculation. Now, with that being said, currently Ultron is heading out to one simple place, Latveria. Doom has ignored his calls. Doom has expressed that he does not want to be a part of this. He went to Reed Richards for help. Find the stones, do what he can there, and see about how they can save the world. He went to him first. That was his mistake. Doom does not play second fiddle. And that is apparent. He's egotistical. I'll give him that. And currently Iron Man does some smashing into Latveria. Right now automated defenses immediately targeting him, along with an army of Doombots currently making their way to his location. And Deku, he'll get a turn, as the Moral Prime does begin a shift and move. Deku bringing his hand up as his arms do elongate, along with enlarging. Hulkbuster mode is activated, him turning and going to throw his hands out. Now, with that being said, we do currently have over in Wakanda, where they came to show up. Someone's heading over to Genosha, and she has a personal stake in Wakanda. They do see something on their radar, and Shuri, we're going to pull up the screen. Right now it showing Storm, flying down with her hair flowing. And this, it does surprise her. Shuri gonna smile, seeing her ex-sister-in-law. Now, she will gonna turn and look around the lab before gonna bring up her wristband and tap on a button. As T'Challa, he does get a message. Since his ex-girlfriend, or I'm sorry, ex-wife, she's outside Wakanda, and she's here for some reason. Now, T'Challa, he is a bit more surprised by this. The two didn't exactly end on good terms, though she must be here for a reason. She was a part of the squad Deku put together to try and hunt down Ultron. Her abilities are good, and she has taken down quite a bit of robots, along with Wolverine and Gambit, along with even Nightcrawler. A few X-Men are on that team, and it's good. Now, currently, the shield is lowered, and Storm, she's allowed to fly in. It's gonna reappear behind her, and she does this one smile. Her flying into Wakanda. Now, Storm does have a lot happening. Her gonna land and walk into a building, as she is greeted by Shuri, who does give her a hug, and talking about how it's been a while, to which she would agree, expressing about how she needs to give some information to T'Challa, something that could help, along with even looking at the scanner created for hunting down the Infinity Stones. Deku wants to copy the designs. Iron Man, he wants a copy of them to try and build them. And if they can do that, there's the possibility to launch a satellite into space that can track them down. And Shuri would try to reassure her that they've already been trying to build something like that. However, the current amount of data they have, it's inconclusive. They had to search for power and reality, and understanding about how they output energy their own way, it's still unknown. Yeah, they can try and track down the stones, but without a proper way of scanning for them or even understanding where they are, they can pick up on certain energy they emit, but the elements they represent, it could be the most powerful. I mean, the Power Stone is an infinite energy source. So if they find something out there that's emitting a massive amount of energy, that's a stone. But a measure of reality, yeah, that is another story entirely. They're not too sure how that one works. So there's that. The Storm does get to hear about something strange. Shuri talking about how they had a measure of reality spike some time ago. So it's believed that the stone is on Earth, but the Power Stone is not. That's the thing that they're still trying to understand. If there was a strange spike at some point, where did it go? I mean, it was weird, but that's all they really have. So far, they're trying to fix that. And currently, there is T'Challa, who does just don't stand there, at Storm with a smile, seeing him, expressing that it's been a long time. Yes, yes, it has. It's good to see you again. Quite. I'll be going now. We're gonna walk past her brother, and someone gonna bring her hand up onto his shoulder, talking about how he should probably try to apologize. Her gonna turn and walk away. And T'Challa, he does think about that for a minute. It certainly would be nice, but right now, having that be the situation they're in, apologizing for everything and trying to act like this is normal, yeah, under better circumstances, he can apologize. But right now, he'll keep that to himself. Him asking Storm if Iron Man needs any particular data to find Ultron, or exactly what this visit may be about. It is somewhat concerning. She could have radioed in. Is it a crime to say I just wanted to come here? No, it is not. I gave you access. Correct. I'm simply just saying. I want to talk. Privately, of course? I am sorry. Of course you are. Please, may I have a moment of your time? It's important. Very important. Now, Shuri does get back to her lab. Currently, her taking a seat and then bringing her hands up to her head. Taking a breath in and wondering exactly how that situation might go with T'Challa. Right now, her turning to her drink. Going to pick it up and find that it's empty. Okay. She doesn't have enough caffeine to deal with this, so. No, no, no. If she does head to her lab, she does have another drink there. Okay. She specially made them to be non addictive and highly caffeinated, so they should keep her wired for hours. Her gonna turn and ask Mr. Fantastic and Bruce Banner if either two would like something to drink. Since her research, it's lagging behind. Plus, she's pretty sure she might crash pretty soon, so she'll probably be grabbing a double. Would they want one? Hmm? Uh, I'd be fine. I work better with a slower heart rate. Besides, it might cause the big guy to come out. Hmm. Your loss? They're highly nice. Also flavorful. Mr. Richards? Hmm? Not right now. I'm thinking about a lot. You are? Yes. There's a lot going on. Ultron, Thanos. It is concerning. Though we should be fine for some time. What do you mean? Think about it. Thanos wouldn't come here himself unless he believes they're here. He might believe that they could be spread out where we last battled him. They could be somewhere else in the universe. Someone else got their hands on it. At most, he might think that one stone's on this planet. If Peter Quill, Gamora, and Rocket Raccoon all came here, they'd have the stone. He sent a small scout ship to probably recover it, but we have it now. He doesn't know, but they could possibly go anywhere, or even to nowhere. Nowhere? Long explanation, but short of it is, it's a location out in space. A Celestial's decapitated head. I see. Fascinating. How did that happen? Not really sure. Though, it definitely does raise questions. If he's not there, he could come here. But Izuku did build an early warning system. Did he now? Yes, he made it powerful. In fact, he did ask me for some advice, though I am worried about it. If it is activated, he should have told us by now. So either the threats have been dealt with or they haven't been triggered. Hmm, I'll keep that in mind. Currently, us getting back to Deku. As right now, there is where Doombot is sent smashing through a wall. We're now it flying down and smashing to the ground, dragging across and hitting into the wall. Before it does, going to try and get back up. Currently, it getting back to its feet as Deku going to bring his hand up. Right now, it being ripped apart by magnetism before going to fall apart. And Doctor Doom would turn his head and spin around in his chair, expressing to Izuku a few things. Iron Man is quite somebody to come walking into Doom's palace and demand an audience, break his home, and what? Declare war on Latveria? Is that what he wants? And currently the Hulkbuster does go moving forwards, it beginning to shrink down as it's going to take on a sleeker and silver design of the Model Prime. And Deku, he doesn't have his mask retract. Doctor Doom staring at a man. And might who you be? Izuku. But that's besides the point. I'm here to talk to you about a very, very good deal. Something I don't think you'll want to refuse. Besides, if I'm correct, it should be starting around now. What? Deku gonna walk over and bring his hand up. And Doctor Doom, he does sit there a bit ready, about to press a button that could disable Izuku. However, Deku brings up a hologram and shows it to Doctor Doom. It being of Genosha. And we do cut there. Genosha has been doing quite a lot since its rebuilding, and it has been up to a bit of problems. They had to have Magneto deal with something. But now that that's locked away, it should be safe. That little monster is gone. And it is the least of their problems. As right now there is out in space, 4 robots are flying through the atmosphere. And they do come in fast. And currently the robots do come smashing down and immediately blowing into Genosha. One of them breaking their shields as their shields absorb most of the blow. Them all smashing into the area and destroying city blocks as right now Latveria, Doctor Doom, does watch it. His eyes widening as the massive robots do just stand there. Them designed like war machine. And they do begin to bring their own hands up. All of them with one simple protocol in mind. Destroy. Kill. Attack. No survivors. As long as there are vitals, they will be active. And that, it does surprise Doctor Doom. Currently him watching many of the robots begin to react to the systems Genosha is going to deploy. One of them bring their own hands up as they begin to throw out tendrils shooting into technology. Them ripping it apart and consuming them, using the materials as their ammunition. Being able to blow apart and attack Genosha. And while that's happening, we do cut over to Wakanda. Storm and T'Challa are having a bit of a private chat. And T'Challa, he was happy. And right now, he just doesn't stand there. Storm would have pushed him backwards, and he does just don't step backwards. Him with his eyes glowing as the Mind Stone has taken effect. And there is over in Reed Richards' lab, or I'm sorry, Shuri's lab, where Reed, Banner, and her are supposed to be. And Shuri, she currently is walking through the hallway. And there is where T'Challa, he is him stepping out of a room. Run a Storm right behind him as she does so hide behind the corner, turning her head and looking out. A bit concerned by what she might be seeing. Her brother should be a little bit more professional. And currently she just won't smile. but her smile is gonna fade, watching Storm walk past and slipping a blue stone into her pocket. And that, it worries her. Currently, her watch is at a beep, and she's to bring her hand up, dropping her drinks and smashing down onto it. That was a signal, and that was the Mind Stone. Storm would actually smash through the glass and fly up into the air, beginning her own attack on Wakanda. And T'Challa would a turn. Shuri does try to immediately alert her lab to everything. Though Banner and Reed, Jesus, breath there for a second. The two, they are there. And Reed would a turn to Dr. Banner. Him gonna walk over and tell him about what to do. Since something is wrong, and if they're under attack, they're gonna need the big green guy. And Banner, he doesn't understand. Bringing his hand up and grabbing onto his bracelet. Him gonna detach it and then turn to Reed. And Reed was gonna do one thing. Pulling his hand backwards and punching him in the face. Banner flying over his desk and smashing backwards. His eyes turning green. He is also to jump up. And Reed is told one thing. To run. Now, Reed is a turn. Him gonna throw out his hand and extend it out, grabbing at the container, holding onto the time stone. And Banner, he is going to Hulk out. As we do have T'Challa, who does come storming into the room as lightning can be heard cracking outside. And the weather, it is beginning to change. Wakanda is under attack, and nobody can escape, thanks to their own defenses. This has become a cage they are locked in, and they have quite the monster inside. Now, Storm is beginning to manipulate the weather, her calling lightning down and smashing into Wakandan defenses. Her also trying to make things very, very unstable. And with that, we do actually have the Hulk, who currently is going to manifest into reality and begin to scream out angrily, trying to go after Reed Richards. But Reed will do one thing. He has to bring his hand up, grabbing onto his belt and going to activate a button. Right now, him going to disappear. Hulk is confused. And T'Challa does come in, turning his head and seeing the Hulk. Him rushing towards him, believing that he might have the time stone with him. And this is a problem, as Reed Richards teleported away. And while that's happening, we do currently have over in Latveria, where Dr. Doom, he watches on. Wakanda is under attack. So is Genosha. Two major power centers. And this. Why are you showing me this? Because I have run the calculations. You can make peace, correct? Doom can, and he will. Then make peace. That is my goal. World domination for peace. You will be my ally. You will help me. And if I cannot achieve peace in the way I believe, you will die. Is that a threat? No. It is a simple statement. You wish to do the impossible. Save the world. Then save it. Before I have to destroy it. And Doom, he doesn't understand. He is being given the opportunity to do what he says he can do. Prove Reed Richards wrong. He is the superior intellect. He is the one worthy of Scientist Supreme. He is the master of the mystical arts as well. But that he already knows. He doesn't need to hold the title of Doctor Strange. Or, well, the Sorcerer Supreme. That he can live with. Now, currently in Wakanda, Black Panther is going up against the Hulk. And while that's going on, we do have Wakanda, where their defenses are being absolutely ripped to shreds by the, let's call them the Guardians. Or no, the Guardsmen. No, that still sucks. Adelin's Protectors. There we go. Now, Adelaide's Protectors, I mean. Anyways, I'm just a little too fucking hyper with this. Now, currently while all that's happening, we do actually have Izuku. And inside of his own mind, him walking with Iron Man, trying to talk to him about what's happening, what is going on, and exactly how he's even here. And Tony, he does try to talk about with Izuku. There's really a lot he doesn't understand, a lot that's been happening. So let's just put it this way. He's seen crazy things, right? Yeah, trust me, it's only going to get crazier. Them heading into his lab. And currently, Deku, he doesn't look around, seeing many pieces of technology, much of it old, broken, and salvaged. And Tony will go to Express, walking over and getting out of his suit. Currently, it's going to open up and showing it's a very early model. And Izuku, he does stare on. Tony going to Express, currently bringing his hand up and connecting the charger to the arc reactor. If Izuku does want to help him out, then he can. Besides, he's got to help him get out of here. If he doesn't escape, then things are going to be simple. Hmm? What do you mean? Kid, I'm how you perceive Tony Stark. Fact is, there's a lot of people in here. Important people to you. Once you can, find them. Help them. You'll get out of here. Besides, you gotta remember, this is still your mind. You're the one in control, not Ultron. Do you understand that? I do. Good. Then get to work. Besides, I'm sure you'll be needed. You definitely will be needed. And Deku, he doesn't really understand. Though he does get a bit of an idea. Him looking around and seeing something, walking over and going to pick it up. As Izuku, he does begin to get to work. And outside, a lot of things do start to happen. Currently, Izuku does sit there with Doctor Doom, his eyes flashing red as he does have another nosebleed. And he does end up putting his hand up again. A little bit more surprised by that. But currently he is unaware. Unaware as to one thing. And there currently is in Wakanda. Right now, as the Hulk and Black Panther are duking it out, a device is going off. And it is beeping. Because another stone is currently on Earth. And its location? It is well hidden. But it is out there. Now, with that being said, let us cut over to a cell. A cell where a man does still sit there, annoyed. Going to turn and see him walk in. Him going to sit down as Reed Richards stares on, looking at the man with the scarred face. And he just won't step forwards, bring his hand up and shooting it out. Or no, it's going to smash into the glass as it'll flatten. And he does a step forwards. Currently, the Maker and Reed Richards being face to face. And Reed, he does do one thing. He does pull out and hold up the time stone. As he does, then could actually open his hand and close it into a fist. Opening it again and showing off two stones. Soul and time. And it's funny. The Soul Stone, it can do many things. But when applied properly, you can switch bodies with somebody. It's simple. Just switch your very essence. I mean, he had to do that to take control of Reed. It's been nice, but he doesn't have a Susan Storm. Though his world is still in danger. A threat is coming, and he will save the world. No matter the cost, no matter what's at stake, he'll get them. All of them. Though he's fairly certain that he can trust somebody, bring them in on all this, and that it does mean quite a bit. Now, with that being said, we do currently pick up with Izuku, working away in his mind, trying to build the armor to let him escape. Now, with that, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.